talk, you can bicker, 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 you can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 bicker, 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 because it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, it's Model T Ford made the trouble, made the people want to go, want to get. Get up to go 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Who's going to patronize a little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore? What are you talking?
Where'd you get it? Not the Model T at all. Take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern department-sized grocery store.
What are you talking?
Where'd you get it?
What are you talking?
Where'd you get it?
You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you want about it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, it's the you need a biscuit made of trouble. You need to put the cracker in the package. You need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package made the cracker barrel obsolete. Cracker barrel went out the window with the nail polish. Top one chilling by the stove. Changed the approach of the traveling salesman. Made it pretty hard.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone with the top head casting, then it's gone. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, loom bed. Gone with the top and the tail and the tears. Ever meet a fellow by the name of Hill?
No! Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman Hill.
Now, he doesn't know the territory.
What's the fellow's line?
Never worries about his line.
What?
Or the cracker barrel being obsolete, or do you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package, or the Model T Ford?
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worried about his line.
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang, beat, bell ringing, big hog, great gold, necker, rip roaring, every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill.
Tell us his line. He's a fake, and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what are you talking?
He's a music man.
He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with a big trombone and the rat-a-tat drum. Big bass bass, big brass bass, the piccolo, uniforms too, with a shiny gold braid on the coat, and a big red stripe.
Well, I don't know much about bass, but I do know he can't make a living telling big trombone. No, sir. A mandolin picks perhaps, and here and there a Jew's harp.
No, the fellow sells bands, boys' bands. I don't know how he does it. But he lives like a king, and he gathers, and he plucks, and he shines. And when the band dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory. River City. We're across the state line into Iowa. River City, population 2,212. Cigarettes illegal in the state. All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about this fella, Harold Hill.
You know this Harold Hill?
Never saw him in my life, but I can tell you this much. He's giving every one of us a black eye. After he works a town over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rolled out to the city limits on a rail. Well, you think that's funny, eh? Well, wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back. But why did they run that down on a rail? Well, because in order to sell band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach the kids to play. Well, and to form them kids into a band with himself as the leader.
Well, what's wrong with that?
He don't know one note from another. That's what's wrong with that. He can't tell a bass drum from a pipe organ. I'll catch up from that. Woodland two-bit thimble rigger and one-eyed do. I'll squeal on him so loud.
Well, Charlie, you're mad. I'd sure like to be there when you catch up with that fella.
Well, it won't be on this trip. Not out in Iowa. Even the great Professor Hill wouldn't try to sell them neck-bowed Hawkeyes out here. Or,
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll give Iowa a try.
I believe I caught your name.
Don't believe I dropped it.
never come. Aunt Bertha never come. Your Aunt Bertha's dead. Well, she wouldn't have come anyway.
We could be cold as the falling thermometer in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so fired up, stubborn we can stand touching yoga for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. For we'll give you our shares and love back to go. If your crop should happen to
What the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us, even though we may not ever mention it again.
you really ought to give Iowa, Iowa, to Duke and Lloyd, Davenport, Marshall, South Mason City, Dearborn, Page, Wayland. Ought to give Iowa a try.
Mr. Spires? Yes, I'd be interested in a rig for Sunday if you could accommodate me.
Well, I expect you ought to see the man in charge of hired ribs, who is late, as usual.
Hey, Gregory! Marcellus? What in the heck? But Greg! Professor Hill. Harold Hill's the name. Greg, what are you doing here? I mean, why didn't you let me know you was coming? Well, I didn't know it was myself. Besides, how would I know you'd end up in a small town like this? Why, you were a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toppelmeyer, boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
Well, say, what's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business, are you? I thought you was in steam automobile.
I was.
Well, what happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
Well, what's the lowdown around here, Mars?
Well, you'll never get anywhere with these stubborn Iowas in the music business. Besides, we got a music teacher here that's so stuck up, well, she'll expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's the librarian. Female.
Oh, that's perfect. Just what I wanted to hear. Now you point her out to me if she passes by.
Well, I will. How you gonna start the pitch?
Oh, same old way. I gotta keep that music teacher off balance. And then my next step is to get your town out of the serious trouble that it's in.
But River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I gotta create a desperate need for a boys band in this town. Well, you remember. What's new around here? What can I use?
Well, nothing except the billiard parlor put in a new pool table.
A pool table? You mean they never had a pool table before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. I'll see you later, Mars, and remember, music teacher.
Music teacher.
Mr. Dunlop?
Yep.
Friend, either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, same trouble out here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Certainly my head proud to say it, always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help me cultivate horses, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Don't say you try to give an ironclad lead to yourself from a three-rail billiard shop. Just like I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a ball-fine game. I say that any move can take and shove a ball in a pot. And I call that slaughter. The first big step down the road to the depths of degradation. Say first, medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pitchback suit. Trying to listen to something out of town, Jasper, hearing him tell about horse race gamblers. Not where they sit right down on the horse. Like to see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on a damn patch, making blood boil, well, I should say. And now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for fools. And all week long, your River City used to be frittering away. I said, yo, your men will be frittering. Frittering away there, noontime, summertime, chore time too. Put the ball in the pocket, never mind get the screen door attached to the dandelions pulled by the beefsteak pounding. Never mind pumping any water till your parents are caught with the cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Oh, we got lots and lots of trouble. Talking about kids in the knickerbocker shirt tailing on one, peeking in the pool hall window after school, we got trouble. Folks right here in River City, trouble with a capital G, rhymes with P, that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on when they're loafing around that hall? They'll be trying out people, trying out Cupid, trying out tailor-made like cigarette thieves. They're bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breast with 6 cents one fine night. They leave the pool hall, headed for the dance at the Armory, Libertine men, scarlet women, and ragtime, shameless music that'll grab your son, your daughter by the arms of the jungle of animal instinct, mass stereo. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground. Trouble! Right here in the city. Capital T, that rhymes with P, that stands for fool. That stands for fool. We surely got trouble. We surely got trouble. Right here. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Our children gonna have trouble.
Mothers of River City, heed that warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The minute your son leaves the house, does he re-buckle his knickerbockers below the knees? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Is he starting to memorize jokes from Captain Billy's whiz bag? Are certain words beginning to creep into his conversation? Words like swell and so's romance. Well, so, my friends, we got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
Capital T, that rhymes with P, that stands for fool.
That stands for fool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here. Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule.
Our children gonna have trouble.
Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble that game with the 15 number balls. It's a devil's tool. Did you happen to drop me?
No.
Didn't I meet you?
No.
I'm only going to be in town a short while.
Good. Glad you're tired. Yes, Mama. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. That's fine, dear. Now your exercises.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July. It was, Mama. All evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town. Oh, who gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with the same old comment about the River City people and taking it out much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help but concerned that the ways of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman has a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't put Balzac and Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about the stranger. What stranger? With a suitcase who may be your very last chance.
Mama, if you think that I'd allow a common measure, no, really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind my saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to the blend of Paul Bunny, St. Paul, and Noah Webster. You can talk it for yourself. Have your Irish imagination, your Irish stubbornness, and your library full of books.
Well, if that isn't the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have?
May I have a drink, please?
You may.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that a way to walk into the house?
Hello.
That won't do it all. I'll have a kiss from a boy. And later over there's your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I would especially like it if you'd come, Winthrop.
Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No, what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the yes, because of his list. He's ashamed.
We know all about his list, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it. No, thank you, Amaryllis. Amaryllis? Amaryllis? He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lists?
It's not only because he lists. That's just part of it, Amaryllis.
Well, what's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do him. Every night. I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
There, darling, don't cry. You have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never. I'll end up an old maid like you. I'm sorry, Miss Marion. Can I play my crosshand piece?
May I play?
May I play my crosshand piece?
You may.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know, Amaryllis, but for the time being, say goodnight. My someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right. It's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Squires, first fine stereo on Line. And Ethel Toppelmeyer, our fine player piano player. As mayor of River City, I want to welcome you, fellow River citizens, to the 4th of July exercises held here in the indoors of the Madison Gymnasium on account of the weather. 4 score and 7 years. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement over the costumes, I suppose. Instead, the pioneer girls of our frontier days will present a spectacle, My Wife, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading part.
I will now sing Sweet Betsy from Pike. Oh, say have you heard of Sweet Betsy from Pike? Was so quite really sweet girl was the night. Which grew up in cattle and on Sunday fall. On a drum and my rooster.
Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young ruffian who's a disgrace to our fair city. 407 years ago, the Payne's fireworks spectacle, the last days of Pompeii, will take place provided the rain stops by 9:30. It'll be out to the Madison Picnic Park in the far meadow across the creek from the pest house.
What's all this talk about rain? Does that predict fair?
Sure did, Ewart. That's why we all prepare for storms.
Now, come on, Mike, that's accurate most of the time, and you know it, JC.
Wouldn't last long in the baking business being accurate most of the time.
Here, order.
I see the number 8's late again tonight. I make her early. She's late, all right.
She's right on time. What's the matter with your wife?
So the school board stopped bickering in public. Never mind. 4 score.
We heard there's a pool table in town.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Just a minute here, just a minute.
Is it a pool table or isn't it?
Will you let me get on with these exercises?
We don't want any more exercises till we get this pool table business settled.
Let's protect our children.
Resist sin and corruption.
Smite that devil and keep our young boys pure. Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with the troubled friends with the wave of my hand this very hand. Please observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize River City Boys Band. Oh, think my friends, how could any pool table ever hope to compete with the gold trombone? Ra-da-ra-ya-da-da-da-da. Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous stable walls of Jericho. Oh, billiard parlor walls coming tumbling down. Well, a band will do it, my friends. So yes, I say a boys band. Do you hear me? I say River City's got to have a boys band, and I mean she needs one today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand. River City's going to have a boys band, just as sure as the Lord made little green apples, and that band's going to be in uniform. Johnny Frank Gunch and the Strangler Lewis lay on the mat for 3.5 hours without moving a muscle. Never mind. Want that spellbinder's credential? Grab that, hoodlum. He almost blew up in his shin.
Thanks, Professor. Better make an example of him. Bring there, you know, when he does his game.
Now, gee, Clyde, let's go.
Yeah, wild kid, ya. Hanging around my oldest girl. You wild kid, ya. His father's one of the day laborers south of town. Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
We wasn't even tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We were just walking together. Gee, Clyde.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you're doing. My little Gracie seen ya. You stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rail. Hill, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this band thing over at City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. Men, I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Oh, Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
I don't know this kid. He's tough. He's got his game waiting outside.
I'll be careful. Tom, I want to talk to you about the band.
Gee, Professor, that's for the little kids.
Oh, not about being in the band. Well, you're mechanically minded, aren't you? Do you know that no one has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? No place to hang the music.
Gee, Clyde, I wonder if I can get some wire.
Try yourself, Tommy. That's where people keep wire. Oh, and Tommy.
Yes, sir?
Constable. I'll show you how to break up a gang. Miss, what's your name?
Anita, I didn't have any idea you was beckoning to me. God.
Well, do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
No, Tommy, this is Anita. Escort the young lady home.
only except that I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. God.
Well, then escort the young lady home by way of the library. By way of the candy kitchen.
Well, yes, sir.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Professor, you're a pretty bright young fella. You made a couple of mistakes, though.
Oh?
The mayor owns the billiard parlor and the new pool table.
Oh. What was my other mistake?
That's Anita. That's the mayor's oldest girl. Just a minute here, Mr. Hill. We're the school board, and we need your credentials.
No, we need academic certificate. Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers. Make you put up a line.
What am I hearing? Say,
Ice cream, what else? Say that.
all right then. Talk. Down here.
Ice cream.
Talk low.
Ice cream.
You see, singing is nothing but sustained talking. Now you.
Ice cream.
And now you, sir. Ice cream. And now you, sir. Ladies, from now on, you'll never see one of these gentlemen without the other three.
Oh, Professor, you're wrong. Why, they've hated one another for 15 years.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
annoying young women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm a conservatory man myself, Gary, Indiana, gold medal class, '05.
Even should that be true, does that give you a right to follow me around wherever I go? And I'm not a big Mr. Hill. I'm not as easily hoodwinked or mesmerized as some of the people in this town. And I think it only fair I should warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which may very well give you some interesting information about you.
Greg, I myself, and don't call me Greg.
How'd you make out with the music teacher?
Scrumptious. I had her eaten out of my hand the minute I took my hat.
She did? Boy, did you got a swamp boy? For a minute even there, I thought you knew something about the band business, you know? Just like when you used to imitate that band concert fellow back in Joplin.
It's kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. You just keep your eye on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? It only used to take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
Still does. Takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh, no, Greg, you haven't had uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for any 4 weeks. But you don't know one note from another.
I have a revolutionary new system called the Think system. You don't bother with notes.
But after 4 weeks, the people are going to want to hear music. You're going to have to lead a band.
By the time those uniforms get here, they'll forget everything else, at least long enough for me to collect and lead. This is a refined operation, son. I've got it timed right down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of town. And now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
Gonna line yourself up a little canoodling, huh? Well, say, I could fix you up with Ethel's sister, a lovely girl, teaches Sunday school.
Oh, no wide-eyed, eager, wholesome Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of gal spins webs no spider ever listened to. A girl that trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative sheet of file refers to marching down the aisle of golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I play for. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How could ignorance be compared to bliss? I spot, I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer, I rave. For the virtue I'm too late to say. The sadder but wiser girl for me. No bright-eyed, blushing, breathless baby doll baby. No, sir, that hangs gal ties knots. No sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No, to the young miss who keeps resisting all the time. She keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, innocent, wholesome female. No, sir, why she's the fisherman, I'm the fish you see. I flinch, I shy. When the last of the delicate air walks by, I smile, I grin. When the girl with a touch of sin walks in, I hope and I pray for Hester to win just one more A. The sadder but wiser girl, the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
We're all agog. Seriously agog.
All the QB.
Everyone's so excited about the band.
I guess we'll talk about the piano, the girl.
And this is Mrs. Squire, and this is Dick, and of course it's that ukulele technician, our mayor's wife. Isn't it exciting, ukulele? Oh, I couldn't say. I could not say. Oh, no, I could not say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure. And naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
Oh, well, I can understand, Mrs. Shin, of course. But you see, my music plans include a committee on the dance and, oh, wait. Do that again. The way you raised your foot just now.
Well, I have abundance.
Oh, what grace. What natural flow of rhythm. What expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
Oh, you must agree with me that she take the chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary for the classic dance, mustn't she, ladies?
Oh, yes, you really
Oh, Mrs. Shin, accept.
Yes, indeed, and I would like...
Thank you very much. And now about the young lady that plays the piano. Marion Peru, I believe?
Oh.
Well, after all, she is the librarian.
Pick a little hop, pick a little hop, cheep, 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 hop, hop. Pick a little hop, pick a little hop, cheep, 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 hop, hop. Pick a little hop, pick a little hop, cheep, 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 hop, hop. Pick a little hop, pick a little hop, cheep, 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 hop, hop.
Any committee, of course I should explain this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books?
Chaucer! Cromwell! Balzac! She is, and of course I should say this, but I'll tell! I'll tell! She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town until she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser, Madison, Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picnic Park, Madison Hospital. That Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who do you think he was, anyway?
Well, I should say so. Show off. Left the town the library, too, didn't he?
Well, that's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her. She was seen going and coming from his place. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that woman ain't pretty as an overture. With a gilded hair and teeth. She had a golden glint in her eyes and silver white teeth out of her ring. You melt her down and you reveal you can let her hold the seal. Yeah, her woman's heart she beat.
River City, the library building, finding letters, all the books to her.
Chaucer! Balzac!
Cheep, 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 cheep.
Just a minute here. What do you need, Robert? I have just what you gentlemen need over at my hotel. Come with me. Good night, ladies.
Cheep, 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 cheep.
Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. It's all right. I know everything, and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you were probably very young, and anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and this Saturday the wiser girl for me.
Will you please make a selection and leave?
I have.
Well, what do you want to take out?
The librarian.
What?
Librarian. You're not listening, Marion. Look. Marion. Marbles. 60s, 80s, a dozen kiwis, and one big glassy with an American flag right in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I say? My dear, to catch your ear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Librarian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigade had to whisper the news to Marion. Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marion, if I stumble and I busted my whatchamacallit, I can lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to carrion.
Madam librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man can sing it. In the moonlight. And the fellow would know that his darling has heard every word of his song with the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, madam librarian, librarian, the long lost cause I can never win, for the civilized world accepts this unforgivable sin. Any talking out loud to any librarian, such as Marian. Madam librarian. But when I come here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, madam librarian, librarian, it's a long lost cause I can never win, for the civilized world accepts this unforgivable sin. Any talking out loud with any librarian, such as Marian. The ladies dance and then he meets on Tuesday nights. Madam librarian, marshmallow, Rian. Well, Tommy, we've had a pretty good morning. 11 out of 12 sales. Now, I'll tell you what, it's almost noon, so why don't you run home, get some dinner, and I'll try a couple by myself. Goodbye, Professor. Thanks, Tommy. Just a minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license. No, Mr. Mayor. I collect doorbells, and this one had a particularly unusual tone, so
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. It's malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
I just missed you. Mr. Mayor!
What?
Oh, no.
What?
Your hand! Oh. This is spread of your little finger. That's hereditary.
It is? What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated for playing the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good! Well, it means that America has finally produced an artist who can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How could I get one of them horns?
Sign right here, and that'll be $17 import fee.
Just think, I could have missed this whole. I haven't got any, son. Why, you unscrupulous flu-minder. You unfliberous. You'll be down to City Hall with your by God references by 3 o'clock sharp.
This afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Brew, do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, if your son has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George, not that he could ever really be great, you understand, but...
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players
were Irish. O'Leary, O'Clark, O'Mendez.
Certainly Irish.
No, really. Well, that clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru, your son was born to be a cornet player. Fine. And that'll be $7 earnest money, and not another payment due until the first installment at the beginning of band practice. Oh, thank you. Now, of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform.
Well, hello there, son. Whoa! Well, yes, of course his uniform. And not another penny due until delivery. He'll have 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, without any cost whatsoever. And never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
We're now,
A stripe? Well, certainly, my boy. A big red stripe down both sides. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even that. And if you get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael going away with you. But if anybody can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'll pick you for a hot carrying, clay smoke fighting, shamrock wearing, harp playing, Mavornian pigeon, Harhouse minstrel singing Irishman. Big gob and big jabbers, where do you from me by?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it, kid. Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. Actually, the conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she not?
Yes, she was. Well, how do you do, Miss Peru?
how did you miss your Phil?
Peru, I thought that name sounded familiar. I've been trying to see you since the other night, but...
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
Mama, we're not interested.
But man, he might have his father's musical gift. He does have my jaw, you know.
Your husband musical? Well, if I could talk
You
to him, I'm
burst in
sure...
on everyone's home like this, prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion!
Well, now that's 1 for and 1 against. Why don't we let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father's dead. Anything else?
I'm sorry, but all the more reason for your brother to have something like
My
this.
brother is a 10-year-old problem child who cannot understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. And as to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-plated watches and black diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Miss Peru, I hardly... I get the feeling she likes the idea. A bit cautious, perhaps, but I like that in a woman. You keep me alive here, and I'll be back later in the week.
One moment, Professor. Father drives measurements. I'm Nicholas Close, you know. Sleeve 21, waist 18, crowd.
That's fine. I have to get back to the hotel.
Professor, you'll have to excuse Marion. She's not
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. I'm sure that at heart she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone?
He has, and I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Gary, conservation class of Art 5. No, darling.
Now, surely, Mama, a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every self-centered, fast-talking, woman-chasing man that comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity to be music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Oh, it's a well-known principle. If you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike up much of a fire.
Now, Mama.
Winthrop, I know you're there.
Go over to the library and ask Miss Grubb to give you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large green volume with black corners. You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now, what are you up to, and why do you need books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana State Journal is going to help me poke some large holes in the professor's claim.
Well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind my saying so, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Grenier, who bats me into the ancient history shelf every time he's in the library.
Does?
Or Ed Gammage, But I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor either.
Zanita, hey Zanita.
Mommy, Papa's almost sitting right there in the bank. God,
Well, then meet me after supper
I can't. It's Subway league night. Meet you where?
at the footbridge.
You see, isn't that just what I said? Last time the lumber yard and now the footbridge. And where will you meet me after that? In the black hole of Calcutta? God,
I only want to show you my invention.
what invention?
See my music holder for a marching piccolo player. That's still got a few minor flaws. See, when you hold your arm tight enough, it cuts off the circulation and you can't wiggle your fingers. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa.
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, George.
Yes, the very first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with a horse. Get that spellbinder's credentials. Morning of July the 4th, 1912. And now look, my wife is off dancing at any and all hours instead of in the home.
What,
The
George?
school board is singing up street and down alley instead of tending to city matters. Our oldest girl is off boodling with some wild kid. And my business has fallen off so far I can't find the balance sheet.
Mayor Schiff, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater,
Is who?
his university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing we can ever get out of it. Gary Conservatory, class of about 5.
I think if you'll take time to read about the conservatory, you won't need to look further.
Papa, get out, start wagging
instruments and think about the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da.
Teacher, it's so scrumptious. Oh, who's thinking we're not? Everybody see anything so scrumptious? Scrumptious, all those things. Oh, sister.
Well, round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I'd better hear some by God tootin' out of them horns in pretty short order. I'll see you in front of the grand jury over the county seat. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George, tempus fugit.
You watch your phraseology. All right, you get on home if you want. Try to get something from the library.
The Ladies' Dance Committee meets on Tuesday nights at the high school.
The hill cottage. Well, all right. What does it mean? The Shapoopy. Now, a woman who quits on the very first date is usually a hussy, and a woman who waits till the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who waits till the third time around, head in the cloud, feet on the ground. She's the girl he's glad he's found. She says, Shapoopy, 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 Shapoopy. The girl is hard to get. Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy.
But you can win her yet.
Walk her once, raise the curtain. Walk her twice, make for certain. Once more in the flower garden, she will never get bored. Beg her pardon.
So baby, what's the fussy girl? It's also Bobby Ringo.
These are once the kids are looking to get back to fancy cooking. Once more, play out the rubber, she will never get sore on the way to supper.
So baby, what's the fussy girl? Please don't.
Look at her now, she's a go gal who only goes for me. These are once the kids are looking to get back to fancy cooking. Once more, play out the rubber, she will never get sore on the way to supper.
So baby, what's the fussy girl? Please don't.
Shapoopy, 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 the girl is hard to get. Shapoopy, Shapoopy, Shapoopy.
But you can win her yet. Shapoopy, 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 the girl is hard to get. Shapoopy, 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 but you can win her yet. You can win her yet. Shapoopy!
Take your hands off my daughter! Mr. Shin, Your Honor, your daughter and I are going steady behind your back. Why, you? We'd rather do it in front of your back, but... Do what? Never mind. Anita's scared of you, but I'm not. You'd hate to have your own daughter scared of you. I'm gonna warn you once more. If I ever catch you touching my daughter again, I'll by God horsewhip you till hell won't ever begin.
Now, George.
Not one poop out of you, madam.
He means Pete.
Yeah. And now get out of this public building. I got as much right in this public building as anybody. Right? Where do you get any right around here? Aiding and abetting the swindling activities of that spellbinding symbol salesman. You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out. Get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please. Catholics like you that make blood in the marketplace. Eat God.
You watch your phraseology, young boy. Go sit down. Eulalie,
George,
hand to your dance.
My dad.
I'll handle Zanita, taken up with wild kids from the wrong side of town.
Mansion. If I could just make you understand.
Well, you can. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that book you gave me from cover to cover a whole week now and didn't find a thing. Mr. Mayor, if you please, I'll settle your hash as soon as I get these premises off my oldest girl. Yes.
Well, all right then, but in the meantime, I want you to know I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. Well, that boy has the confidence of every kid in this town. Well, you'll be standing in line waiting to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll have from tripping over their beards. And another thing, my fine young feather, my feathered young fine. Oh, never mind. Oliver Casey Owen Ebert. I want this man's references, and I want them tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slipperier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
You mean you want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a button hook in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think there shouldn't be big bombs, but I think it was wonderful to see you for
Oh, it was not.
What?
No, a man can't dodge the issue every time there's a little personal risk involved. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths, the brave man only 500. Well, after all, and unfortunately, Mayor Shim was already pretty upset about the billiard parlor, and now, you know, I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority like you would help, but I couldn't ask you to do a thing like
Why,
that.
Professor Hill,
You mean you would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been meaning to ask you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet, yes, a mother of pearl key.
I'm sure that's fine. It's just he never touches it. Oh, the first week or so he made a few experimental laughs, I guess you'd say.
Blacks, yes.
And he sings minuet-a-dee-da-dee constantly. He says you told him it wasn't necessary. He tells me about some think system, that if he thinks the minuet G, he need not bother with the notes. Now,
Miss Marion, the think system is a revolutionary idea, I'll admit, but so was Galileo's conception of the universe and Columbus's conception of the egg, a globe, and a Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Oh, but I can't talk about this in public, but if you'd allow me to call, when may I call?
why, any night this week. Pick a little one, pick a little one, tick, tick, tick. Pick a little one, please join us on Saturday. You were so dear tonight, dancing the shaboopy with Professor Hill. You dance like a fairy princess with a bouquet for your floor. Got golden shimmer in your hair and silver shoes for all to see. We know that you will soon unfold a forgiving heart of pure soul. Yeah, for a woman heart, fairy princess, bouquet floor, golden shimmer, silver shoes. Now I'm old, tired and old. Here, a woman's heart should be. Summer master told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Chaucer, Dante, all that.
Sorry, Professor, but we've got our orders. We all been deputized.
Yes, congratulations. Let me see now. You know, I've been trying to give you fellas my references and credentials all week, but you always seem to get off the subject somehow. Well, I have just what you want up in my hotel room. Just take me a second.
Afraid I'm sorry to have to go on with you.
Well, if I could just find my key. Oh, what's this? Why, it's a testimonial from Madame Rennie, the only female bassoon player ever to appear on the Red Hat Circuit. Actually is her stage name. She was from Moline, Lyda Rose Quackenbush.
Can I just see that for a minute?
Oh, you'll never forget that name. Same as the old tune. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in the sky. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy.
alone, and if you haven't the gumption to tell him how you feel.
Tell him?
Well, there's nothing wrong with a lady like him.
Mama,
Winthrop, where have you been?
listen, fishing with Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
And look, I still have some worms left.
Did you have a good time?
Grumpus told me I'll go to his hometown, Gary, Indiana. Tell me his daughter hardly had any accident. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. That's the town that knew me well. If you'd like to have a lunch, let's play fun. What happened on the belly thing? I will say it was not a moment of hesitation. There was just one thing about like my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana. Perfect down the road. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my country. If you like to have a wonderful let's play fun. How happened on the delicate institution? I would say it was not a moment of hesitation. There is just one thing about like my face.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana.
Not Louisiana, perfect down the road. But
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
I'll be back in a minute. I just saw Amarilla from the light frog.
Leave the dishes. I'll do it.
Don't you have it dressed for the social?
There's time later.
Shins live around here somewhere?
The Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Oh, criminy. I see you're the piano teacher in town. You must know about this fella Hill forming a boys' band here.
Yes?
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades, a swindling two-bit thimble rigger. That's why I gotta see Shin. You just pass it through. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop. Wish it were 20. Sure would like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cowell, anvil salesman. But just now I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's bucket cover. That fella's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, but he ain't gonna spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you? You didn't see through him. He's no more professor than
I
I.
know all about that. Professors, band leaders are often called professor. It's a harmless deception. And he's a fine leader in his scholastic.
Now, wait a minute. Fine director? Have you heard one note of music from any band?
No, but I'm sure
No,
you will.
but nothing, girly girl. He never formed a band in his life. And he never will.
Just listen to me for a minute.
I'd like to do more than that. If I had the time. I sure got the inclination. But just now, I gotta get back on that train, and I gotta leave this dynamite with somebody on the way to the depot. Bye, girly girl. I'll see you next time through.
You'll never make the train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir. I gotta leave word, and I see you ain't the one to leave it with.
Just a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
Well, what I meant is, I don't know you, and
Yes, well,
well, as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
I've never met a man who sells anvils. That's something quite different.
Takes a real salesman. I can tell you that. And they've got a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? I missed my train, I'm gonna lose my job, and I gotta leave word about this fella Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you deliver these letters?
Try me. Well, there's your train. Run for it.
Why, That guy's got a girl in every county in Illinois, and he's taking it away from every one of them. That's 102 counties, not mentioning the Piana teachers like you he cozies up to keep their mouths shut. You don't want to use her to laugh to me, girly girl.
Fly rose, I'm home again, rose with a sweetheart to my name. Good evening, Miss Marian. Fly rose, now everyone knows that I'm hoping you're the same. So
Marian! Marian! Who were you talking to just now, Marian, dear? Why, Professor Hill.
Mrs. Peru, top of the evening to you. Miss Marian?
Why don't you and Marian come up and set? I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, you did ask me to call.
Did I? Well, I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Marian, I'm not suggesting that your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The think system. I've been by your house a couple of times this week to explain it, but there always seem to be people around. Ladies mostly, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the other ladies.
Well, I'm glad. I wouldn't want anybody beating my time. You wouldn't? No, ma'am. Well, evidently it's not a convenient evening. I'll see you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, this week well, what I mean is,
Yes?
is it true that you've developed a think system?
A what? The think system. Yes. Well, it's really very simple. It's as simple as whistling. Now, nobody has to tell you how to use your lips in whistling. You just think of a tune and it comes out here. So, why don't you give it a try before you ask any questions?
I'll take your word.
Shall we sit?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
I dare say you've met dozens, even 100.
Well,
Have they all been as fascinated as I've been with you? The think system?
Well, some more, some less. One young lady thought up the system before I got to her town and showed me a few refinements.
I see.
Well, did I say something wrong?
Please don't let me keep you, Professor Hill. I'm sure you have many more interesting things to do than to explain the think system to me.
Can't think of one.
I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Well, now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Oh, now, Miss Marian, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so with my mother and I would have some security. Surely you don't.
No, of course not. But that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Well, why do you think people start rumors like that anyway?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And it's jealousy mostly that starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Just that. Well, it stands to reason that jealousy, disappointment, well, why me? Well, take you for instance. The attention paid to customers and music teachers might be misinterpreted, mightn't it?
Why?
Now, honestly, mightn't it?
Why?
Instead of someone were jealous or instead of salesmen, well, it could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Yes, of course.
So just goes to prove that you should believe everything you hear. I mean, if you discuss things.
I'd be happy to discuss anything in the world with you. But could we do it sitting down? You do sit, don't you? Your knees bend and all.
Well, we could sit on the porch step.
Or we could sit on a large hollow log over to the footbridge.
I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I've really got to dress for the sociable.
Well, then I'll meet you there in 15 minutes.
I just can't. Please,
My dear little librarian, pile up enough tomorrows and you'll find you've collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to make today worth remembering.
Oh, so would I.
The footbridge, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Oh, glory be in the saints be praised, it works.
What does?
The big system, I've been using that down here from the parlor.
Hey, Greg! The uniforms have arrived. Kids are in them already. Those kids show up at the sociable. Those people are going to be screaming for music. Yeah. Well, look, here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. He's trying to keep the kids together at least, pretending to have a practice over at the lumberyard.
All right, go get the reader.
I got it.
Well, what time does the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
Wow, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Well, if you want to turtle wurtle around here and get yourself caught in a box trap.
Don't worry about it. I'll be at the hotel on time. Miss Mary, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, I meant that you were about, well, I'd say 26 years late. It took you this long to get to the footbridge with a fella.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I guess I'm not the first girl to think more clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Oh, now, Miss Mary, surely you don't believe I'm trying to sell you something.
Oh, no! You've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
But I don't recall giving you...
Yes, you have. Something beautiful. That's why I came, and I'm glad. Hopefully, we could expect too much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. You've had many points of call, and you'll have many more. But that's no reason for me not to be grateful for what you all left behind for me.
Marion,
could be it. Now, say, who's the salesman around here? Looks like she's selling. You're buying.
How was I to know I was going to be able to lead tonight? I had to keep her off balance, didn't I?
She's so far off balance now, you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Listen, Buster Brown, I came up through the ranks on this skirmish, and I'm not going to resign without my commission.
You can't get anywhere right out here on the footbridge.
Oh, well, there's a place over there at the sociable that makes this footbridge look like a little old lady's home. Now, beat it. Get the ring. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to go into that right now, do we?
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did plenty when you first came here.
Oh, about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, gold medal class of '05. Harold, there wasn't any conservatory in '05.
Why, there's certainly...
The town wasn't built until '06. See you at the sociable.
But if you knew...
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came here, I tore this page from the Indiana State Educational Journal. It was originally intended to use against you, but now I give it to you with all my heart.
But if you knew, why didn't you? Why, you little... While 110 cornets played the air, then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I oomphed up and down the square.
Good night, my someone, good night, good night.
With 110 cornets right behind. There were horns of every shape. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone. Good night.
Greg! Greg, this guy's crazy. He's going all over town killing everything.
I'll say I'm crazy. I finally got you now, Bill. You'll pay. Told that Diane teacher all about you. And what did she do? She lollygagged me all around till I couldn't get the shin. Little fried up man, hungry doxy, round-hill biscuit.
Shut your mouth, you bum!
Holy, you big blow-up! I'll stay in this town until you get yours. Up, down, through, and sideways. Why, you never even knew the territory.
Greg, here's your stuff. Come on, the rig's in the alley. Let's go.
Two Grecian urns and a fountain.
Stop! Listen to this, man!
You gullible green-grass folks. Can't you get it through your head you're being swindled out of
to know.
You need a fan?
No.
You big liar?
Yes.
You dirty rotten crook?
Yes.
Let me go, you big liar!
What's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now I'm bigger than you are, and you're going to stand here and take it all, so you might as well quit quick. Now, there's two things you're entitled to know. The first is that you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the beginning. That's why I wanted you in the band. So you can quit moping around and feeling sorry for yourself.
What fan?
I always think this band.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, actually, the other thing is none of your business now that I think about it.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
Everything he ever said.
But he promised us.
I know he promised us, and it came true just like he said. In the lights, in the colors in the flag, and the symbols.
But where was all that?
In the way every kid walked around here all summer, and looked and acted. Especially you. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you didn't know you?
No, Winthrop. No, hurry, Harold, please.
Come on, Professor, hurry up.
Can't do it, Winthrop.
Why not?
Well, for the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all. Till there was you. Frank! Frank, they're here! That way! That way!
Which is why I interrupted our program at this point. Rest assured that this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by this point. Yes, and always remember, my fellow river citizens, I can only remind you that I did everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from happening. Fourscore and
What are you going to do to get our money back? That professor's collected $300 for uniforms just tonight.
And we haven't even seen them uniforms yet.
He's slippery, I told you.
Well, I haven't seen any uniforms, nor my son, since just after supper.
He's a kidnapper.
Right situation here.
Fourscore! Just a minute. The sword of retribution has let down Professor Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them names.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you here who could forget our Iowa everlasting stubborn chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you? And if so, I should think there ought to be some of you here who could remember what he brought to River City. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
We're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a person in this hall who doesn't think that man Hill should be tarred and feathered, let him stand up. You lady, sit down. And the rest of you are standing there like a coat of Shropshire sheep. Have you forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Have you forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your boys would be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
men think